What we would like to touch on is the numerous amount of politicians and senior government officials who traveled within Canada and outside of Canada over the holiday break.
So, well, to kick it off, I think the big one is Rod Phillips, the Ontario's finance minister. His trip to St. Bart's that got uncovered was the catalyst for every other politician losing their jobs or at least being reprimanded by either their boss or the media and the public for the last couple weeks.
Well, I think one of the unintended consequences of the Rod Phillips trip is that the media attention has gone from COVID almost to these trips. So you have media members actually digging into everybody. So that's why we're finding out all these other trips and all these subsequent resignations. So it's taken almost the media's attention off the COVID response and onto these, they're not trivial matters because, as Maddie was saying, when you're in a decision-making capacity and you're imposing certain restrictions on people and you're not following those restrictions yourself, that just screams hypocrisy. And it just
I think it's certainly for a lot of Canadians disappointing when they see their elected officials, as Maddie was saying, to do as I say, not as I do. And I think that is an important thing for elected officials and all public officials at this time to recognize, is that they have to be seen as setting and upholding that standard.
When you have media going after future candidates, if they were following the guidelines at the time of travel and they stayed in the country or they left the country, but it was October when the cases were at an all-time low, it's a lot different than if they left at Christmas after telling everyone to stay home and make sacrifices, but I'm not, because I'm going to be sipping margaritas and Mai Tais on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean, right? It's a lot different. And
at the end of the day, if you're in a leadership position, cabinet minister, a parliamentary secretary, a doctor that's heading up a health network and at the command table, if you're in a leadership position, you need to lead by example, because leadership comes with responsibilities, and leading by example means doing just that, not just thinking of yourself, but thinking of the example you're going to set.
And I worry one of the unintended consequences of especially some of these senior health officials traveling outside of the country over the holidays is you're going to have the people who have been following the rules and following their advice say to themselves, well, how can it be this serious if these officials and these senior health people are telling us not to travel, but they're doing it themselves, and it's just gonna make the COVID fatigue and the loosening of following the rules even worse. And I worry we're gonna see an uptake in cases because people are gonna sort of tune them out.
Yeah, I think it's, again, the idea that if you are a public official, whether you're an elected official or a public health official, how critically important it is right now to ensure that you do see yourself as setting that standard. And so when they see an elected official or another high-ranking public official do that, it absolutely undercuts a lot of the "we're all in this together" sort of narrative that, frankly, we do need to stick to if we're going to get through this together.